gave a speech boasting that he's killed an Al-Qaeda figure in Afghanistan. Great. Feel safer? Of course you don't. Nobody does. And the reason nobody feels safer is Biden's response to the disaster in Afghanistan. Rather than pause and learn from it, maybe fire the people responsible for it, not simply the self-destructive withdrawal from Afghanistan, but also the pointless 20-year war there, rather than do any of that like a normal person would do, Biden immediately set off in another direction, provoking yet another conflict, this one in Eastern Europe. And he provoked it. They lie about it, but it's true. The facts are out there, and it's very obvious. So just days after the Russian government announced yet again that if Ukraine joined NATO didn't even want Ukraine to join, but if Ukraine were to join NATO, then the Russian army would invade Ukraine. So days after they said this for like the 50th time in a row, Kamala Harris arrived at the Munich Security Conference and publicly, reading from a script, called for Ukraine to join NATO. She read the words. They were written by someone at the State Department, so they knew exactly what they were doing when they did it. They wanted a war with Russia, and now we have one. We're not winning that war, by the way. The main American casualty so far has been our economy, which is dying.
That was Tucker Carlson on his show, throwing the Republican kitchen sink of Biden international conspiracy theory blunders at Joe Biden for announcing the killing of Al-Qaeda's top leader in Afghanistan. Now, Tucker is literally full of nonsense, full of BS on everything he talked about there. No one feels safer now that this top Al-Qaeda leader has been taken off the field. Yeah, I do. I don't know what you're talking about, Tucker. I don't know why you're talking like that. Literally, what is wrong with you? And then he goes on to talk about how the Afghanistan withdrawal is the reason why he doesn't feel safe. Yet he fails to mention that Donald Trump was the one who made that decision. He went against the will of his top generals, who said, man, this is going to be chaos because if you don't win that election, this new president is going to have to deal with this withdrawal while dealing with everything else in the transition of power. Donald Trump, of course, knew that meant only bad things for the country if Joe Biden were to win. So Donald Trump announced the withdrawal, set the plans in place, boots on the ground, started unpacking those plans, and Joe Biden came into power knowing that the plan was already on the roll. And so he needed to either completely reverse things, which would have caused more chaos in the region, or go with it and watch from the horizon, which is one of Biden's talking points at the time, was they are going to watch from afar how things unfold in Afghanistan. And oh, by the way, this weekend, while Biden was in the basement with COVID, Biden announced that they killed the top Al-Qaeda general in Afghanistan, basically doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Tucker Carlson here, of course, won't mention that Donald Trump was the one behind the withdrawal, won't mention the fact that Donald Trump did it to try to screw over Joe Biden. We're talking a lot about how Republicans don't care about veterans these days. Let's not forget, they really, not only do they not care, they will use them as a tool to hurt the country. Disgusting. And yet you have people like Tucker Carlson going on there and lying about it to try to take the blame off them. Truly disgusting from Tucker Carlson. And then he wants to go and talk about how the United States is the one responsible for the war in Ukraine. That a speech by the vice president was what set Vladimir Putin off because she called for Ukraine to join NATO. Let's not forget that Russian forces had been amassing around Ukraine for months. Let's not forget that Russia has invaded other foreign Soviet countries before. Let's not forget that Russia installed a pro-Russian president by using Paul Manafort to run the campaign of this pro-Russian president to get him elected before that president was ousted by the Ukrainian people. Paul Manafort then went on to run Donald Trump's campaign. And if you talk to Tucker Carlson, if you listen to his show, oh, Russia, this Russian thing is a big hoax. Yet let me leave out that the Putin campaign manager was Donald Trump's campaign manager. Come on now, right? Putin's hand-picked campaign manager, I should say, in Ukraine for the pro-Russian president was Putin's hand-picked campaign manager for Donald Trump. But yeah, no, this Russian thing is a big hoax. Right, Tucker, right. And yet we're the ones who are lying? Right. Let's believe the Fox News millionaire who knows where that money is coming from. Let's believe him on how we're responsible for Vladimir Putin's actions. Utter and complete nonsense. And then he wants to talk about how the economy's dying. All because of us pushing Vladimir Putin into Ukraine. Sorry, Vlad. Sorry, Vlad, Tucker Carlson. Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry. Vice President Harris is so mean to you. You should go kill thousands of people in Ukraine. You sociopath, Tucker. Let's not forget that our economy is coming out of, and that's being favorable. Our economy is still, our world is still stuck in a global pandemic in which we've seen millions of people die. But no, Tucker doesn't want to talk about that. Tucker wants to talk about us pushing Russia into Ukraine. Right. I don't know how Tucker still has a show. I don't know how millions of people watch him and listen to him. But this guy is a threat to our democracy. If you like this video, thanks for watching. My name is Brendan Plank. Side note, YouTube has completely screwed us over. They have taken away monetization from the channel, claiming that I'm reusing clips, which is exactly what I'm doing so that I can talk about them, which adheres to YouTube's guidelines. But for some reason, Reflect can't do that. Every other channel can do this, but Reflect can't. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get more people over to our Facebook page. Link is down in the description. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers so that we can monetize over there so that I can keep making videos. I also need to start some sort of like GoFundMe/Patreon because YouTube is just completely unreliable when it comes to our monetization. So what you can do now before I set those, Patreons up and whatever, is go to Facebook and give the channel a like over there so that we can get to a monetizable following over there. So link is down in the description. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.